Romance Nights. We are your hosts, Colleen.
And I'm Marjorie. Tonight we will be chatting about Say It's Forever by A.L. Jackson. Also, like a halfway through the year check in, which we're late, and our hot topic of the week. We haven't done it in a while. So, Say It's Forever is book two in the Redemption Hills series. For our listeners who haven't read this series before, it is a series of interconnected standalone stories that follows four brothers, if I remember correctly.
Three.
Three, and then there's another one I haven't
I
seen
think he's like
it.
the head of security.
Okay, so but if you're like me, I would suggest reading it from the beginning, which is book one is Give Me a Reason.
Yeah.
Um, this book is a close proximity single parent small town romance, and it follows it's Jude or Judd.
Judd.
How, Judd. You know me, I butcher. So, Judd and Salem's story. Um, Also, Redemption Hill series was picked up by Amara in an imprint of Entangled Publishing. So,
Oh,
you want to
sorry.
go?
No, yes. So, just to give a brief synopsis of the story, and I will tell you while we're recording, I'm having a crazy storm and I'm waiting for the thunder to hit, so apologize. Um, so, as you was already stated, it's a single mom, reformed bad boy with a dark past. Salem is on the run from her ex and meets up with the her brother and grandmother in Redemption Hills. Um, After being on the run with her daughter, so the brother convinces her to it's a safe place to stay. A chance encounter brings Salem to Jude. I keep wanting to say Jude, but it's Judd together, and they end up more connected than they can even imagine. So you read it, obviously ebook because you read everything
Yeah,
ebook.
I ebook. I'm sorry, I can't. I mean, I actually took it out of my bookshelf to say that I have the physical copy. This is the
Oh,
hardcover.
you know what? That you have discreet.
No, no, no. It's look. It's the dual thing.
Oh,
It's a
this
hardcover.
this is the only series I have. One of the only series I have with the model covers because I love them.
Well, I love hardcover, so I chose that, and it was the naked cover is the
Yeah.
couple, and then you have the discreet. I mean, these are out of print, but she still have them on her website. If you like model covers, they're still on her website for sale.
I obviously, when I have a paperback, I read the paperback. So I did.
All right, so book rating. What did you rate it?
I gave it 4.25 stars. Spice was around because she's more of a slow burn. I want to say it's close to three, but not quite.
Okay. All right. So I stopped reading it at 53%. If I think, like, from what I could gather in the story, if I continued reading it, it would have probably be like three and a half and four, maybe. I don't know. Um, but we can talk about that after later on. Why I DNF'd it. But yeah. So
Okay. So thoughts on what you did find out. What's your thoughts on Judd
Judd.
Lawson?
I actually like him. I mean, he's he's mysterious and very like protective. Obviously, he there's like a connection between the two of them, even though both of them are in denial ish. Well, like he's a little bit more blunt about his what he wants out of Salem versus Salem. Um, but both of them are mysterious. So really, like, I mean, even when I read Give Me a Reason, his scare even though he's there as a side character, he was still mysterious. You didn't really got to know him in that book. So
Yeah. He
yeah.
was my favorite out of all of them. This is my favorite book. Because and I think it's because he's the type of person like when I was in my 20s that I would have dated.
Oh,
Um
okay.
he's got a tortured past, and so does she. So, but they are a lot more connected.
Mhm.
You didn't finish it, so I feel like I don't even want to tell you.
No, you
You
have to
can
tell
just
me because I'm not gonna finish it.
but I liked him. I liked his character, and the person that I always think of when I'm reading books that I'm going to butcher his name. He's a Turkish actor. Is it John Yaman? Um that's he's got longish hair like that. So it was a perfect fit for me. Um and from what you know, what were your thoughts on Salem?
I like how feisty she is. Like she's kind of feisty. I don't like her indecisiveness.
Okay.
Which I could understand. Like like she's running it from her ex boyfriend, and obviously he's a bad guy. Because I mean, you wouldn't run away from him if he wasn't a bad guy. But like, um, r- you know, but it's like it's always a push and pull of like, oh, would I stay? Would I not stay? Or like, oh, I can like stay right now, but then I'll like skedaddle later on, kind of like
Right.
it's and got to the 53%, and it's still that mindset is kind of like, okay, we're at 53% mark. You should at least figured it out by now if you're gonna stay or you're gonna actually skedaddle.
Right, right. Um
And also, I kind of like you know how like she's like saying like, oh, he makes me feel safe and all that stuff, like in her inner monologue, but yet I'm not going to say anything, or like I won't open up, but yet Judd opened up to her. Why, when Judd met her daughter, like his reaction, where it was coming from. Like he was
yeah,
vulnerable. He
yes,
got to
yes.
be vulnerable. He got to like, okay, like so you don't just think I'm a fucking dickwad like that doesn't like kids. I'll tell you my somewhat of my story. Might not be all of it, but they kept saying, say, okay, we're friends. We're trying to get to know each other, or like he on his part, I was like, let's just be friends, I guess, or we get to know each other. But she's like, I'm just gonna take, but I'm not gonna give.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, obviously it's still in the beginning, but like for me, like because I've read kind of like similar stories where they're like running from the past, but at the 53% mark, usually they're already at the 50% mark. You're usually already they already know what's going on with you
Yeah. So
because
I'll
then we can
say
release. Yeah,
her books tend to be that way. There's like the first 50% at the very least is this kind of the two characters dancing around each other before then anything really happens. So if you're used to reading at a different speed, like as far as like action and plot and then no, this is not going to be for you. I feel like I maybe felt that way with book one because it was kind of similar. But like you and I spoke, you
I
read this
like book
such a
one
long
though.
time ago
Right? Yeah,
where we read different things. We hadn't
we
fully
were trying
immersed
to figure out.
ourselves.
Right, and I think that's what it is too. Is like when I first read book one, book two wasn't out yet. I remember correctly, book two wasn't out yet. So I was like, okay, I have to wait. So by that time, I was already reading other stuff, and I already figured out what I really like reading as far as the dark romance, or like anything like not contemporary, because I don't think this is contemporary. There's still like mystery and obviously action, and there's gonna be dark elements to it. So it's not really like not dark romance, but it's not full on dark romance. And I think that's what it was now I'm kind of like, I already know what I like. And when it's and I've read small town romance. By the 50% mark, you're already kind of like, you already sorta know what's happening. Because for me, like the back half of a story, then you're gonna sprint. You're gonna rush everything out. And then you're like, wait, what? Like,
Yeah. And
and
I
I don't
feel
like
like that did
rushing.
happen.
Yeah, kind of same thing as like, when they have that third act breakup at the 70% mark, that last 30%, everything is boom, boom, boom. Like you're just sprinting and you're just kind of like, okay, like now you're like wanting to get this story out because, you know,
And with this book, it was written a little bit differently. So there was the breakup, and it was more of like a 3.90 half breakup. It wasn't like third act. It was like, and it was okay because something happened. She totally freaked out. They figured out how they were connected. She booked it. She goes home, and then she thinks she's about to skip town again, and then the ex shows up, so everything it happened, so it wasn't really, it was like an hour breakup. It was just an hour.
it's just an hour. I had a feeling that there's some connection between the two of them, like more to like the story, kind of like, what's happening and stuff. So you're gonna have to tell me, obviously, because I'm not gonna read it.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll come back to it eventually, because apparently I bought the ebook, so the ebook is gonna like haunt me probably on my Kindle
You know
eventually.
what? How about this? I'll tell you where to pick up from, and you just read that. That's where, like, everything's boom, 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 and then you could at least um, favorite scene. Do you have one?
I like
Probably not.
the children. Every time the children comes in, they're the cutest. It's kind of like, how like all of the time it's like heavy, like even in their inner monologue. So then when you get the children, they're just the cutest. It's kind of like, oh, it's such a sweet moment. Like they're cute, and um even like Juniper, like the daughter, is just like a ray of sunshine. Like it, but you can kind of tell that she's like kind of like old soul. Like she grew up faster than like with Gage, like obviously he has, he was protected, so he got to be like a little kid, and you can tell Juniper is kind of like not quite a kid, but like she knows more than what a 5 or 6 year old knows. But they're so cute, like their friendship. I like seeing them in the scene because it's kind of like the break from it's all heavy, 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 heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a little warrior, I'll tell you that. So, oh, just side note on that. I don't know. I tried to see. I wonder if they'll get a book like in the future.
Oh yeah, I know, like because they're cute to get. I was thinking about that. I was like, oh, is there gonna be a second generation, and it's gonna be Juniper and Gage? I mean,
Maybe. I hope so cuz that would be great. I don't know.
yeah, they have to have like other kids popping around that's not related to them. Uh, um, how was I gonna ask? So who did he find his daughter?
So, at the very end, Salem, was it in the epilogue maybe? She convinces him to reach out to his ex-wife, and she's open to letting him write to her and see where it goes. So you don't see them meet up, but you see that the door is open, so you can
Oh, I
then
don't like that.
pretend that,
Yeah, I
you
don't like
know.
that because I feel like that's a big part of his story. That's why he had that reaction to Juniper, like meeting Juniper, or like even when he hangs out, like when he talks to Gage, like in his inner monologue, there is that like strong reaction when it comes to kids and stuff. So I was like, I feel like that should have been at least included in it or something like that. I don't
Yeah.
know. I would have liked to have seen it. Like, you know, at first I was like, oh, did they die? Like, I hope they didn't die. Like how sometimes they would do that. Like, they get killed off, but like, yeah. And I think too, I think the reason that I probably like didn't was like DNFing this was because I reread a book for the store so I can do a design brief, and it was like heavy. Like
Oh, so yeah, that's
small town was super heavy, and I was just like, and then I was like coming into this one, and I knew it was gonna be a little bit heavier than normal, and I was just like, I don't want to do this.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um Oh, what was my favorite scene? So there's a scene where he convinces her and Junie B, to stay with them overnight just so they can protect because they keep seeing this car around. And then a small fire breaks. What?
Was that Carlo? The car?
Yes. Yeah. So there was a small fire downstairs and she freaks out and she goes to take off and he's running after her and there's just a description of like him running after her, don't leave, please run to me when you feel unsafe, run to me. I'm in love with you. That's when he admits that. She books it and then she stops and she puts it in park and she gives it a chance. And so I was like, oh, just the way it was described, it was just,
Finally, like finally,
yeah, yeah.
you're gonna quit
Well, they'd
running.
already been sleeping together. They had did this bullshit agreement where it was like,
Oh,
we'll just have sex. We're just having fun. Just having fun. Yeah, okay.
yeah. Or they keep
Okay.
saying like, "Oh, we're just friends." I'm like, sure, sure. Every friendship, like, yeah. Did Carlo and Judd know each other?
So Judd killed Carlo's younger brother,
Okay.
Marcello. He was working for Marcello and he had one last job to do. And it was his one last job. And for anyone that hasn't read it, disconnect at this point.
Disconnect at
Um,
this point. Hey,
disconnect.
this is our book chat, so
Yeah.
like,
You should have known what you were getting into.
yeah.
Um, So it was one last job and he wouldn't owe them anymore. And he was out of that world so he can be safe with his daughter and his wife at the time, Kennedy, I think her name was. Um, Goes to this job and it's a house. Well, lo and behold, Salem went into WITSEC and she was at this house and I shouldn't assume it's witness protection for anyone. And she's in the house with her twins. She had Junie and Lucas and infants, babies. And the whole thing was Marcello was supposed to get the boy out, the baby boy, and burn the woman and burn Salem and Junie. Soon as Judd sees that there's a woman in there rocking a baby, he decides to shoot. There's a fight. He shoots this one, shoots that one, ends up killing Marcello, who is Carlo's brother, and the son Lucas dies. The baby boy dies because the FBI agent pushed her out of the house and said, "Go, I'll go back for Lucas. You and your daughter get out," because that's who she was holding. He Judd breaks into the house, tries to save the baby boy, but he's already dead. And so that's how.
How did Lucas die?
I'm
Did,
assuming smoke inhalation because the house did go up in flames.
oh, it go in
Sorry, I
flames.
missed that part. Yeah. The whole idea was to burn the house down.
Okay.
Um
Dang, she had
so
twins. That sucks.
and just so you know, Darius does not get a story because
Did
her
he die?
brother gets killed.
Ah, figured he died. Who
Carlos
kills
shoots him
him?
point blank because at the end he like switches and says to Salem, "You should never have left him. You should have known when he said you were his when they were kids. That was it.
Mm.
You don't get a choice in this." And
Yeah,
she's like,
because
"Are you
isn't it
fucking
like
kidding?"
because
So
Carlo and Darius were like friends or like he something like
yes.
that, right?
So what happened was Carlo reached out to reached out to Darius and said, "Just find me the guy that killed my brother and just tell me if Salem and Junie are alive. If they're alive, I won't bother them." So the stupid Darius, is like, "Yeah, as a matter of fact, they are alive. And you promise that they'll be safe?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm only worried about getting the guy that
Sure.
killed my brother, which
Yeah,
is
right.
Judd." Yeah, no. So then when it all comes to head, Darius is like, "Wait, you promised." He goes, changed my mind. Shot him right in the head.
It was
Grandma
Salem.
gets shot too, but she doesn't get
Oh,
killed. She doesn't get
oh,
killed.
okay, cool. But wait, were they in the house? in that house.
outside the house.
Mm.
So then he goes and grabs Salem, and Junie B gets away, and she's running, 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 running. And who comes on the motorcycle after she just broke up with him? He's like, no, this isn't happening. Sees Junie, hides her, tells her to hide, and like he breaks a window of a car and says, just hide and don't get up. Play this. This is your best game of hide and seek. And oh God, what's the brother's name? Trent.
Darius? Trent.
Trent, Judd's brother, is outside on at a standoff, but he's holding Carlo's holding Salem in front of him like a human shield. Well, guess what? Who's coming on a bike? Carlo, you're dead.
Behind them, right? Coming up behind them,
Yeah,
probably. Yeah.
yeah.
Uh, I mean,
Now you don't
her,
have to read it. You're welcome.
I know, right? Like happily ever after. But like, it's sad about the brother, but the brother is kind of like he's a dick sometimes. Like his overprotectiveness is like really like thinking to myself because I kind of figured that there was something going on. Okay, so the flashback took me out a little bit because it was third person point of view, and I was just like,
Oh,
I can't do that. I
yeah,
hated. I was like, wait, whose point of view am I reading? Like when it first came up and I started reading, I was like, I had to look at it again on the chapters. I was like, wait, no, it's Salem, but it's like, wait, what? I was like, you can't do that. Like I'm like, it takes me out because I'm like, I feel like I'm reading somebody else's point of view, but yet it is actually Salem's point of view. And then, like with Carlo and thing, and I was just like, oh, there's a reason why she's putting these sprinkles of flashbacks of Carlo and um Salem, and then obviously the brother is like um involved probably, and then they're all running for their lives, and I was just like, oh, I probably won't like the brother. I mean, I don't like him anyway. Kind of like how he acts with Judd. It's like Judd just says like, no, nothing happened between the two of us, like when they first
because
met.
he knew Judd was the one that killed Marcello, so he purposely got a job with Jude. So Judd, sorry, he purposely got a job with him so he can get an in for Carlo. So that's why he was like, stay away from him. But that was a dick move. Like, you should have brought your sister in on this information. And guess what? You're dead.
Yeah, now you did. Pretty much. Right, like like when he says stay away from Judd, at least say why. You know what I mean? Like cuz yeah, she's already headstrong and she'll be like I'm adult enough to like know what I'm doing. You can't tell me what I can and can't do kind of thing.
I know. I'll tell you right now, if that was my brother, I would be like, listen, I got to tell you some shit. The guy that you're falling in love with, or girl, whatever, killed Carlo's brother. There's too close of a connection.
Right.
Done.
Yeah, and
That's
then she probably would like booked it out of town too. Like, okay, well, I'm not doing this shit. Like, I'm trying to get away from Carlo. Like, I don't want to be here, you know. So, but yeah, he should have said something. Maybe he would have not died, but somebody
well.
has to die. I'm
These are.
sure.
I keep forgetting these are characters and it's not real scenarios.
Yeah, but I know it's like sometimes it's kind of like when you're like reading or even watching a TV show or something. It's kind of like, how you guys are stupid. Like, but yet you're just like, you can't stop reading or watching because it's like a train wreck. Like you're watching a fucking train wreck happening right now. I mean, like, remember I told you I was watching The Hunting Wives, which is apparently it's a book. I was like, what the fuck am I watching? But I couldn't stop. I binged it in one day because it was like fucking train wreck. Like, it's a in a good way. It was like intriguing, but oh boy, like Netflix, like literally is getting there. It's like there's so much girl and girl action, nakedness, and it's like, am I think I saw somebody on TikTok and it's like, they should call it the boobies wives because it's all fucking boobs. I mean, sure, we got one wiener hanging around there one time, but it's kind of like everything is fucking boobs galore. And female on female, which is just like it's fine, whatever. Like and it doesn't bother me or anything like that. It's like, oh my gosh! But before anybody says, it's like, but I was just like, what is happening?
Yeah, I don't watch TV, and I'm gonna skip that. So
But it was just like plot twist after plot twist kind of thing, and then the ending is like cliffhanger, and we don't even know if there's gonna be a season two or whatnot. And then people are like saying it's quite not the same as the book. But the writer was in there though, like she was an executive producer, so she had some say. So, but yeah, it
okay.
was just like, I mean, I'm not gonna read it after. I mean, it's in Texas. It's in Texas though. It's like, so I could kind of like see how why the characters are like that. Like there was politics in it, so I was just like, oh, I mean, but you're in deep Texas. Like I can understand why the characters are like that. But it's not like it's offensive or anything. It was just more like I'm surprised people are loving it though. Like considering how like there's politics in it, I was just like, interesting. It's interesting because like sometimes like when you see like whether it's a book or a TV show or a movie like where when there's like that politics, usually it doesn't with how it is right now. It doesn't translate well with people. But I'm surprised. But like I said, it's like watching a train right now. It's just like I'm just gonna keep letting it play because I was like, well, I want to know who killed who, and I'm just like, holy shit.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
sure there'll
and
be
then
a season 2. Oh.
there was pegging in it.
Oh, I think you did tell me that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
skip that.
well, no, actually, the reason that I watched it because I saw a clip and I was like, but it was so fast because it's on TikTok, and I was like, wait, like what? Like, so I was just like, and I was like, oh, when I actually got to that scene, I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. I mean, the only reason that you knew that she was she did it was she took she took the strap and then like it was pink, it was pink, and it was just like she just put it on their nightstand, and I was just like, you're not even gonna wash it and clean it, and just like left it there. I'm like, okay, yeah, they just left it, and then they started cuddling, and I was like, at least clean your toys, man. Like
Clean your ass.
that's it. That's unsanitary. Like, okay,
Ew.
yeah,
Ew.
whatever. But I think I was like laughing, and I'm like, obviously it's a TV show, it's not real.
Right. Yeah.
But
I
it's kind
know.
of like, do people not clean their toys after they use them? Because that's just disgusting.
There's shit all over it.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like,
Literally.
you're not gonna clean it. Like I don't care how much you prep back there. There's not enough prep to like you're not clean. Damn. Yeah. Anyway, like going back to the book,
Yeah.
likes and
The
dislikes.
only dislike is something you brought up and it reminded me. I loved this book front and back. I mean, sure, a couple times maybe it was a little wordy, but it was okay with me. I hated the third person writing. I understand their flashbacks. I cannot read a book that way. I've only ever read one that I didn't have a problem with.
The only books or series that I read that are third person point of view is J.R. Ward and Sherilyn Kenyon. But then I've already read them like way back when it was still when it was usually third person point of view that they were doing the books, and that's how you were reading it, so you're used to reading it like that until but now once I feel like once you start reading first person point of view, it's hard to get back into the third person point of view.
Right.
It's just different experience. And the thing is like, well, I mean, if you could have write dialogue for a 5 6 year old kids, it should be you should be able to write Salem as like teenager on her point of view. It's to me that's just my opinion. Don't crucify me on this, but like I just don't like that's just a preference. I don't like point of view, third person point of view. So it took me out a little bit, and I was just like, as soon as I see it that it was like a flashback, I was like, oh my god, it's like you're dreading it.
But I think that was the only thing I didn't like.
Mhm. Oh,
Yeah.
and then I don't like the wordy inner monologue. It's like I get it, like what's like when you're reading it, you're in the character's head, but I have to have some interaction with somebody.
Yeah, yeah. I know, I hear you.
Otherwise, it's like, is this an interactive story? Or we're just
For
gonna
whatever
see.
reason, it didn't bother me in this book. I know that I've had this bother me in other books, and I start skimming. I'm like, okay, got it. I got it.
Hmm. Yeah, and the thing is like you're describing, a situation like in their head, like it's like they're in their head, but it's to go on like more than 2 pages of the same thing in your head describing it. You're just using different words. I'm out. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
I need something like to make it like, I don't know, flow it a little bit better. But yeah, I will. So overall thoughts.
Well, and will I continue the series? Considering I finished the series, that was yes. I read them all. I liked them all. This one was my favorite.
To be determined. We'll see.
Yeah. There's
I
so
don't
many
know
other
yet.
ones out there, so I'm going to answer for you and say you're not going to.
I'll probably just display them because I can't. I don't want to sell it because I have the very first book is my favorite. I fell in love with Trent, and I think if this
I
book,
think you should read it. I
yeah, I
think
think if the series were kind of written, well, not written per se, but like they were published close to each other. And I get it, yes, they're standalone and all that stuff, but if they're like paced out like farther than 2 months, or you know more than 3 months, then I am going to fucking forget about it, and then I am deep, knee deep in mafia romances, bully romance, and then I go
right.
back to this. It feels like it's not a contemporary, but it feels like it for me.
It's like in the middle. Read the next one because that has more of a mafia vibe.
Oh, Logan's.
Yes.
Hmm.
When you get around to it. I'll
Eventually.
considering you haven't read Five Brothers yet, and I feel like you're doing that to spite me. Um, you're not
I'm
reading.
sorry. You haven't finished Eva Winners. You haven't finished Kylie Kent. You
I'm
haven't
giving you
finished
one fucking book. You're giving
Sadie
me
Kincaid.
series.
Like, Jagger Cole. Like,
You're
no.
giving me crazy series here.
Devil's Night, considering you said Penelope Douglas is your favorite author. Yeah, you still haven't even read Devil's Night
There's a
series. I don't
lot
know
to
what you're talking
unpack
about.
there. I'm going to. Oh, because I had to read Lucy Smoke first.
Mm. I already read Lucy Smoke, so.
I didn't. All right, let's. Oh, did you? What's this? What's this mid-year?
How are you doing with your goals?
Oh,
Remember, at the beginning of the year, we did say, like, we have a reading goal and all that stuff.
oh, I think like I'm 5 books away from meeting it because I think I set it at 100, fully knowing.
I only set it to 75 because I was like, hey, I'm going to be busy. And I came into this year knowing I'm a moody reader.
Oh,
So
nope, I have 1 book to go, and then I will be at 100%. Then I would have read 100 books. So I've read 99 books.
you suck. Anyway, I only did 75, but I'm at 58. I'm 58
Are you
books.
sure? Are you sure? Like I feel like you've read more.
No, it's only 58. Yeah. I've been slow. I mean, even if I was rereading some of them, so it doesn't count because I already read them. So
You
good
should
read.
count those. You read them nonetheless.
Well, then I'm past. I'm probably past, but I don't usually count my rereads. That's the thing. So, because I feel like that's cheating. I already know the story. I'm just trying to get out of this fucking book slump.
Oh, no, I think you can count it. I would count it if it was me. I
I mean, I've reread so many books now. This is just like, I don't know how many then, but like I probably are over 75 if they weren't since I wasn't counting them. Um, and also I feel like our first half of season 2 of our podcast, we were doing really well with having book chat and then author, and then now I feel like the back end of our season is like
I know.
back
We
to
got to
back
bring more
authors.
book
I was like,
chats in.
so we have to get back to it. I was like, season 3, we're gonna be more conscious of, you know, um, of who we're interviewing,
We
and
need to just be doing 2 a month.
supposed to be
Author.
2 a month.
I know,
One
2
was supposed
authors
to
a
be
month.
one was supposed to be the book club box, which we've been doing good. Book club box, and then author from either our favorite or Valentine PR's authors. So I think we're gonna do that. Like, um,
I don't know, what does everyone else think? Do you prefer to I mean, the numbers tell us
tell
that you
us
like the book
books
chats.
because we're like unhinged. I think we're like more of our. I mean, we're not saying like we're not ourselves, but I think it's like it's a different vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
Unless depending on, I guess, who the author is, it's like if we vibe with them really, like vibe where we're like, and you can hear 2 F-bombs are dropping.
Right, like, I'm not
Like
gonna,
that.
like, someone
Yeah,
I've never met before, I read one of their books and be like, "So, yeah, tits and ass, what do you think? Fuck this and fuck that," you know?
I think the one of the ones that we were really good, we were okay doing that was Jaggers, and I think that's and his episode did really well too. It's like he's one of our highest, most listened to, like his interview, but also it's like we are dropping F-bombs in there. It's just
Yeah,
like we talked about Magic Mike.
yeah. It's
It's just like,
relatable.
right, yeah. We're not saying like that not other authors, but it's kind of like there's a balance. Yeah. And then yeah, so next year we'll at least rein it in. I mean, I haven't like figured out what authors I want to see because majority of them are this year or last year. So it's kind of like I don't know who else. We got majority of my favorites out of the way already last year and this year. So it's your turn to think. Oh.
Yeah. Anywho, so
I
yeah,
mean,
that's where we're at.
if we could get J.R. Ward, I would. It will be
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, we have a couple out there that we're
Trying.
keeping our fingers crossed.
Hmm.
So hopefully we'll get that.
Um,
We've had some really good authors this year, I'll say, all joking aside. We've had some really good authors and we've grown by
I
leaps
mean, I
and
was like, I'm
bounds. So
surprised. I'm surprised of the yeses that we're getting. I was like, oh, we're just like, we always just like,
fuck
let's
it.
put it out there, fuck it, and like email them. The worst that they could say is no or like not respond to us, and then we get the yeah, sure. And I'm like, wait, what? Oh, okay, this is awesome. Now I'm freaking out because I'm like,
And you
now we
know
have.
what's funny is we've been doing this a lot. We've been doing this over a year now, but it still doesn't change. When there's that one author, like we all have our favorites. When they're like 2 seconds, you're like, oh my God, they're here. I'm like, all right, all right.
I know, right? Like, perfect example. 2 weeks ago, was it 2 weeks or last week? Last week, I think.
Last
And
week,
so
I
it's
was
like,
like, oh my God, she's
she's here. And she was just like, she came in and we're like, like freaking out. And she's like, are you guys okay?
here. I know, I know.
Not really, but we're gonna make it. We needed to apparently to get a shot in of, I don't know, alcohol or something. Um okay. So that's our mid-year check-in. Like, let us know if you want to hear like whichever author we haven't interviewed.
Yeah, we'll take suggestions. I think we've had a lot of ones that we wanted, and
Yeah, we
it's
got those out of the way, majority of them. I mean, I still have like a bucket list, 2 authors in my bucket list that's in there. Or actually no, 3, at least 3 that eventually we're gonna get it.
we'll
We're
get
gonna
it.
get it.
We'll get
Yeah.
it in the distant future.
Oh my god, no. We're not doing that. Hey, that person might be listening and they'll be like, the shade. They threw a shade. in the distant future. Oh my god. We can
Oh, well, I think we should move on to what everyone's probably been waiting for.
the hot topic. Okay. You should read the hot topic.
Oh,
Well, I mean, I paraphrase it, so I we talked about this the other day, and you can kind of like
yeah. So our hot topic tonight is dun dun dun
drum roll, please.
threads. And if you are listen, I'm gonna compose myself. If you're gonna post something and you're gonna say something with your whole fucking chest, you better stand on that. When you post something, are you just looking for a bunch of yes men or are you looking for genuine feedback? It's the people that post and they don't get the reaction they wanted and they quick
Delete.
take it away. I'm deleting it. Bitch, the internet's forever. Are you
Somebody
kidding?
screenshotted it already. Screenshot.
Just because you delete it doesn't mean it's gone.
Yeah. See, this is okay. This is my thing. And usually, when I see this, it's like when it's an unpopular opinion where like there's already like a conversation around it, and then you're gonna post something that's opposite of it. And we all know, okay, let's be realistic. We all know you're trying to get engagement. Like it's a rage bait. It's a rage bait because you know that it's unpopular or it's the opposite side of what's been being talked about, and then you're gonna do this, and then all of a sudden because you get flooded and everybody's calling you out and all, and then you're gonna play victim, and then you're gonna say saying, oh, you're bullying me. I'm like, that's not how it works. And then you delete it, you apologize. Well, guess what, like, I don't, I'm not saying like apologies are not sincere, but I mean, it's like, let's be realistic, it's not sincere. You're only apologizing because you got called out, it didn't go the way you wanted it to go, and
Right.
now you have to like backtrack because this is your career and all that stuff. I was like, maybe next time, I don't know, you should not be like posting shit that you know it's gonna, you're, you know, it's rage baiting. Like you're just trying, you were there for the engagement, you didn't, it didn't go the way you wanted it to be. And come on, look, internet is, it's a cesspool out there, okay? It's a
It is.
cesspool.
Threads
It's,
is
you're
horrible.
not even like, threads used to be were like, oh, what's happening on threads? We don't know what's happening for the book community. We're just gonna post books. Nowadays, it's like every 3 hours there's something happening that's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you know.
Well, here's the
Um,
other thing, and I'll see what your take is on it. Like, so if you post something, say I don't know you, you post something, I don't like it. Why do I have to, if I don't like it, I move past it. Why does everyone have to post like, oh, this is, I don't agree with you, da 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 da, and it's got to be like this whole thing, and then everyone's ganging up on the person. This is the world. This is the world we live in. We all have different opinions, and it's okay. If we all had the same opinion, we'd be like Stepford wives. So why is one person's opinion wrong just because you say so? Like we say this all the time. Like I'm Gen X and we do not, our feelings don't get hurt. You don't offend me. I'm not going to cry. Like this generation, I don't care. You can cancel me. You're soft. You're soft.
they're not prepared, I think. But I get where you're coming from. Like, and I'm the same way. I was like, you want to insult me? Go get educated how to insult me properly to hurt my feelings for my husband. Go to my husband's like, hey, how do I insult your wife? Good luck with that if he's gonna tell you. But if you want to insult me, go there and find out how. Because I could care less, and I would probably like dish it back out to you 10 times worse, and then you're gonna fucking cry over there. Fine, whatever. I think it's more of like, this is not trying to be racist or anything. If you're a white person and you're gonna try and call out a person of color, I don't think you should be doing it.
But what are they calling them out for?
it wasn't mistake. It wasn't like, okay, so this the specific of why I chose this topic. It was a mass email, like a newsletter email that
Oh, did you really
this
wanna did you really wanna tell? I didn't like I'm sorry.
well, you said
You know what
why.
no, I didn't mean like, oh.
Okay, so it's a general thing, like even if it was if it, not even if it was a mistake on that person's part, right? Um it wasn't like malicious that it happened. This white person, I'm gonna say it like it is, the white person said it's very clicky, it's very mean girly, but what when she was doing it, she vague posted it
Uh-huh.
and tried to be like, oh, I'm not trying to like tag the business. Well, but the event was there.
Ah,
But
gotcha,
you
yeah.
said that they're being mean girls. Well, instead of like going to the person that sent the email, like
Right.
adults, you should have
Yes.
went straight. It's like, hey, like, um, was this a mistake? Because I was like, I feel like it just went there. Like,
Go right to
we
the
are normal people.
person.
Like, go to the adult instead of like trying to vague post, but you didn't really highlights or like redacted it, or as much as possible, like redacted it, and then you went and posted like, oh, I'm playing the victim, I got offended, I'm like, I got butt hurt, my tiny feelings got hurt, so I'm gonna call this person out without
No,
calling them
that's
out.
just
and then
immaturity.
and then you're gonna say it's like, this feels like it's mean girls, blah blah blah, and I'm like, now, yeah, of course, like some people were like for the for that, it's like, oh yeah, like reading it, it is very mean girl or whatever. Business owner enters the chat,
Mm.
and then that business owners have friends in the community that knows about that event, enters the chat. Now you're gonna have to backpedal. Now you deleted your original post and saying like, oh, I already talked to I had a conversation with the business owner. And it's like,
That's what you should have done in the first place.
you had a threads conversation. We had they were commenting on each other. It's still
Mm.
public. You should have never publicize it.
Right, right. Well, that's what this generation is. Throw it out there instead of it's like you're afraid to have that one-on-one conversation with someone. You need an army behind you first, and like you said, vague pote and rage bait.
Yeah, well, and then somebody says like, "Oh, I got that email as well," um, and then it's very, like obviously siding with the original poster, and then, and I was like, then I was like, you could have went straight directly and just
Mhm.
hit reply and be like, "Hey, is this a mistake?" Or like, just like ask questions.
Then if you got a response that
But it
was
was like
pretty
unprofessional. Then yeah,
then you bring it to the forefront, not before you try to rectify it first. But
right,
what do I know?
yeah, and then so of course the business owner is like, well, actually, other people already emailed me about it privately, and we were trying to rectify the situation, but because it's been posted publicly, now I have to like address it publicly.
Yeah, because you're an asshole.
Right. You see, and that's the thing. It's like, before you post something, especially if you're gonna be like, I'm gonna be brave and post this, but also I'm gonna be vague posting. It's like, it's either you posted everything, then don't fucking post it if you're not gonna be like, quote unquote, I'm being brave. Because technically you're not, because you're fucking vague posting.
Right, right.
Like, it's either
Oh
you
my
post and
god.
call out this person when if you really think that they're like being mean girls and all that stuff, do that. Especially when you say it's like, oh, they're being mean girls, mean girl attitude, mean girl vibe. You're gonna throw it out there, stand your ground then. Don't be like, all of a sudden, I'm gonna leave. At first, they limited the comments and then they deleted it and then try to apologize. It's like, okay, now we're just like,
You know what she needed? She needed a Marjorie or Colleen. You got to have that one person you bounce shit off of before you do
should
anything.
I post this? Like, I do it all the time to you. It's like, hey, should
I
I
know.
post this?
Yikes.
and if people would like notice too, like I mean, the only time that I would fucking post anything is if it's like racist shit. That's it. And
Yeah,
other than
racism
that,
has no place on Book Talk or anywhere for that matter. Like, I stand firm on that. Like, that's
mhm.
unacceptable.
Yeah, so it's like, and in this day and age, you're being racist, really? Like, there's no excuse because obviously you're chronically online, you're doing shit for rage bait, and then all of a sudden, oh, they're bullying me. It's like, no, you can't turn around and be the victim. Just not it's just not how it happen works out. But like I said, it's like, yeah, like if you have an issue, if like you think you got your feelings hurt, go straight directly to that person. Don't put it out there on the internet, like be like thinking, oh, we're gonna back you
No.
and stuff. And that's the thing too, is like there were a few authors that I saw and then all of a sudden deleted their comments once it came out on who she's talking about. It's like, ooh, yikes. Like, we're backpedaling right now, like because they found out who it is, and it's kind of like white person of color, like really, like yeah. And I think I'm not saying like you have to be careful, but at least there's a time and place. It's like unless it's an actual call out, like really rude, really, like they really did nasty, like
Right.
nasty stuff. We better have proof, like come out and have proof that's like, this is what
And
they did.
yeah, and show that you tried to fix it or address it first before you thought you were going to have a whole army behind you to bully this person. That's what you wanted. You wanted everyone to bully this person, and that's why you left the event.
Because like I've seen authors vague posts, right? And I was like, I don't have time to like look for who you're talking about. It's like I'm nosy, but I'm like I don't have time unless you're gonna tell me in here who you're posting. I would have scrolled already. Like, because eventually somebody's gonna say it, I will see it eventually who
Right.
you're talking about. But it's kind of like I don't have time to like look for it. But like also for me, I want to know I don't want to read, who I wouldn't want to work with. And that's why I was like telling you, it's like I have as toxic threads can be sometimes, and it gets exhausting. I keep up with it because I need to.
I don't go on there maybe once a month if that. I let you tell me.
But like I said, it's like I need to know like which authors I don't want to work with.
My blood pressure can't handle it. I can't handle threads.
Yeah. So I was just like, that's just me. It's like I don't like drama. I don't really want to, but then also from a business standpoint, I have to see it as like, even when we're like trying to figure out like, oh, who we're gonna read or which book we're gonna talk about, and be like, oh, let me like look, like before we,
Internet sleuthing.
yeah, let me do like some internet sleuthing before we like get in trouble for shit. Like,
Ugh.
uh, but I mean, I'm thankful for threads because there are some like authors that were on my TBR for forever. I was like, oh, I can get you out. My TBR is like getting a little bit shorter. Like I can get you out. Like, and that's just me. It's like internet, like you said, internet's forever. Like if you're gonna post something, it's like make sure you're gonna defend that opinion. You're gonna defend that post and not be like, oh shit, did not go my way. I'm gonna go like gotta delete it. See, I have so much shit that like I want to post sometimes, and you're just like, no,
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 let's
you
not do
shouldn't.
it.
But granted, I'm gonna be like, you know, like me, I could care less sometimes, but it's kind of like, no, you shouldn't do it. The
Yeah.
only time that you don't like say some things like if it's like racist, like to Asians and stuff, and you're just like, do what you gotta do, man. Like
Yeah.
you're
I
just
mean,
like,
you have the right. You have every right to say something. I wouldn't put my foot in that. I can't tell you how to feel.
right, kind of like that. I think going back to that person that I don't talk anymore, it's if I really wanted drama, I would have dragged that person already. But
It's not
like I said,
worth it.
until I hear something about me, that's being talked about, I wouldn't address it.
No. We other than this, we kind of just mind our own business and we do our little reviews and our little videos and that's it.
And our
But
hot
hot
topic, I
topic,
feel
I
like
think it
I feel
what?
like our hot topics are like that's the only the reason that they that people listen
And
to.
you have to
And
wait to the end.
yeah, in my delusional head, like the reason that we're getting views for our book chats, it's not about the book, it's the hot topic.
I don't know. It's because we're fucking funny.
Right. Yeah,
No,
and
I
I'm
don't.
like, I don't know. I just like, to me, it's like I'm like I said, I've experienced like racist shit before, and it's just like, does that make you happy? Okay, go for it. Like at the end of the day, that says more about you than me. Um, like, or when people are like trying to be like, I'm the nicest person ever, but I'm gonna be passive aggressive. It's like, yeah, that shit don't fly with me.
No, live and you learn, and
Yeah, you're gonna
you learn.
see the other side that I usually like. I know, like people. I always preface this. That's like I'm not. I'm not saying I'm mean, but I'm not like nice to everybody. Like I. It's not. I guess it's not that I'm not nice. I don't fake who I am. Like if I don't like you, I don't like you. I'm just like we don't have to talk. I'm okay with that. But I wouldn't be like to be included in the clique where I have to like pretend.
No, I can't do click.
Yeah, I can't do that. Like no. Been there, done that. I'm like I can't. It's like,
Mm.
and also I'm not your how do you call that? Your diversity friend? Is that what it is? I am not your diversity friend because I'm the wrong person to use as your diversity friend. Okay, I'm just saying, like, ooh. Because this does not have a poker face. And also I get to a point where just like something's gonna come out and it's gonna hurt your tiny feelings. And then you're probably gonna go to your group chat of your mean girls chat.
That's why it's best we just.
Yeah, I know this is just the two of us. We get along. Ah, it's
Oh my
funny.
goodness. Well,
I mean, that's our hot topic.
that's our hot topic.
You
That's
want
it
more
for the
hot topic?
episode.
Let
If
us
you got
know.
to the hot topic, haha, you had to listen to the whole thing. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks for listening. I know that we get a little crazy, but continue to follow us on our socials. And listen, if you have any topics you want to hear, any hot topics of your own that you'd like us to discuss and weigh in on, definitely send us a message on our Instagram page, Unfiltered Romance Nights. Well, that's it. See you next time.
Yeah. Bye. I was gonna say something, but I was just like,